What's up, everyone? Another way back with more Factorio for you. Episode 47. We're still on Fulgora. I think we're almost done here. This is probably our last episode. I might need a little more tweaks, and then I think this is our last one, and then we're going to go back to Novice and probably just get ready for a kilo or whatever it's called. A quillo. Then it's pretty much the last planet until we do the Shattered planet, I think, or Edge of the Solar System or whatever it is. So I've been very busy, as you can see. Last episode, what we did is we kind of increased the scrap processing capacity, refactored the trash to a sushi belt, set up space network like rockets and everything, and then set up science, which you can see here. And I expanded the science a little bit up to 3 dudes here, and everybody's working. So that's really nice. The problem I'm having now is obviously power. We've been having some power problems because our system is too big, and we need quality items. That's what I said I was going to do. I was going to do quality on the next episode because I really need better batteries and I need better energy collectors, right? I need better lightning. I don't even know what these are called. Lightning rods. So I researched, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. That's what we did last episode. This episode, my goal is elite mech armor. Okay, so I don't want just regular mech armor. I want elite. I did a lot of stuff off camera. We're going to go over this big list. A lot of it was stuff that it takes too long to do. So I didn't want to just say, okay, I want to do this. Come back in 10 minutes. Okay, here's the effect of it. Wait 2 more hours. Come back. You know, I don't want to do that. So I just did it all off camera to get it out of the way. So what I like to do between builds is check other planets, and that's what I did. I checked the other planets, and I found that Volcanus was screwed up because this patch of coal, remember the miners are right there, it had eaten all the coal. So I moved the miners back to here. They should be good for a while. That supplies basically these dudes, which supply heavy oil, and really this whole thing was shut down basically. So I fixed that. On Novice, I unblocked the space science. So if we look at the space science ship here, weird science, it was all messed up because there were too many items on the belt and nothing was moving, and so it couldn't pick up science, and then everything stopped, right? So what I did here is I locked these guys to say, hey, only export science onto the belt if there's less than 50 science, okay? So you don't need to make stuff if there's a bunch of science sitting on the belt. That means that the planet doesn't need it. So that's how I unblocked that. Production improvements, I did a scrap shutoff valve and fixed the trash buildup. So on Fulgora, I was having problems with the scrap trash with the sushi belt. I kind of knew that was going to be a problem, so I changed it to this other setup here where it processes in one direction. It has 3 layers of recyclers. That way, by the time it gets to the end, everything should pretty much be destroyed. That's the whole point of this. The point is not to generate quality items or anything. It's just to get rid of it, right? And so then what I do at the end here is stack it all up, and I give each one of these guys a box, and we got stack inserters. So I'm using stack inserters too, off the box, as we already saw, but outside of the backside too, so we can process a lot of scrap at one time. We have a large trash area, so I want to be able to use the whole thing, and that's what we can do. Another thing I did is add a scrap shutoff switch. Now, the way I did that, I did exactly how I said I was going to do it. I hooked up all these boxes to a red circuit and said, hey, if I have 10K of this item, I'm good. I don't need more, right? I can take more because this is not going to dump until I hit 14K, but I don't need more than 10. So just give me a signal, a check mark. I did this for all of them. They all get whatever they are. Then it builds up at the end and says, hey, if you have 6 check marks, put the green light on, tell this guy, hey, I'm good, right? And then that actually goes back over here and then shuts the line off, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. That doesn't shut anything off. This one shuts the line off. So we're doing it here too, where we're saying, look, if I have all the plate I need, I have all this plate, I have all this, send 3 signals, check on this side too, and I think it's 7 signals here. Actually shut this off, right? So the train won't even come in. There's no processing happening. And I did the same thing down here, again, obviously, and I think this one it's 6. So why is this running right now? I found an error, actually, so I'm not sure. Let's check. That guy's good. This guy I had set to 10K here, and these boxes cannot get over 9.8. So it was just running and running and running and running, and I couldn't figure out why. I thought, oh, I'm just eating a lot of resources. No, it's just running for no reason. So it's probably somebody over here. No, this should be green. That's this, right? So I'm trying to also not use, this has 79,000 chips, but it's not running. It won't allow the chips to export. Why won't it? That's odd. Why won't it? Oh, there's nothing on the, because it won't load. That is hilarious. So it's going to keep running, but it won't do anything. Now, what this should do, because it's not sending a signal, right? This is a stop signal. So this sends a stop signal, 1. There's one up here, right? Number 2. I think this one's also sending one. Well, we can just look. Yeah, we're getting 2 stop signals right now, right? That means this should be flowing. And it is flowing. So all the stop signals come down here. And if it's 3 stop signals, it stops the belts and nothing happens. So that means these guys should be loading. I bet you they're stuck. Yeah, they're not getting enough regular scrap. They're not getting any scrap. Something's... Okay, let's just... I guess we're troubleshooting now. It's coming back over here with nothing. Why? Why isn't this loading? It's full. That is extremely strange. Why isn't it loading? Load. Load, dude. Oh, it's got... Yeah, it's because these are... Okay, let's change these. We're going to have to use these. We're going to have to use these guys. Because now what I did... And I didn't want to get to this yet. And you can already see what I did right here. So anyway, I set up the scrap shutoff switch, okay? And I fixed that trash buildup. So then I got into quality. And you can see, I'll just start it kind of at the bottom right here. I added quality mods to the miners so that I'm getting quality straight off the scrap, straight out of the scrap area, right? What the nice thing about that is, and you saw a legendary go over there, when this legendary scrap or epic scrap gets processed, the subcomponents are already legendary. So what's great about that is, if I get a legendary blue chip, I don't have to create it up from parts, right? I reverse engineer it back to its part. So this is what I found, and I think is probably the easiest way to get high quality parts and subcomponents, is just to use the scrap itself. So let me know in the comment section how you're doing it, but this seems like a really easy way to do it. I was collecting here for a little while with what is this called? The rare scrap build up really fast. So I just said, you know what, throw it on the train. You can see we've got kind of a lot of everything, and then just go over there and process it. Now the problem I think I'm going to have over here is the same thing. I think I already fixed it actually. Is that, yeah, off the train I have these guys. These are stacked, but the problem is going to be they're going to wait now for a stack of rare. So I'm not sure this will work anymore, to be honest. What we can do, and what I've been doing in other things, is we can collect these into a box and reconstitute them. Now it won't work because it's going to do the same thing. The problem with these stack guys, is they won't just process that. And once they grab something, they wait until they have a whole stack of that. So that's kind of an issue. Like, that's a real problem. What I might do instead is I might just move the scrap over and let it put itself on the belt, not in a pile. So that should unstick this, I hope. It probably won't, because these guys are going to grab it anyway. You know what we can say? Use the filters, and we only want common items, right? That will fix this. There we go. Now it's unblocked, and I can use stack inserters, and it will use regular inserters for the other guys. Perfect. I think that's working really nicely. Okay, so fix that on camera. Cool. And again, it's working. We need the items, so it's going to go ahead and process. The point to these is it's stacked, and that lets me move a lot more items on the belt. It's all locking up because the power's out, but we'll deal with that in a minute. So that was kind of the backward part of this thing. Let me show you where I started. I actually started up here with quality mods, which you guys actually already saw. So here's my quality mod area. What I'm building here is quality chips, right, and quality mods, because the chips, obviously chips make the mods, right? I also have kind of a little bit more. I actually started with this processing area right here first, and just got some stuff going for me. Now this thing is way backed up actually, because I got something stuck. Again, it's always these stack guys. They don't like when it's trying to do low densities, hardly any of that, and then it gets stuck, just waiting for more low density. So you can see I had a pile up here. But it's saving all this stuff and sorting it out, and then I've got all my modules kind of saving up over here because I want to do now. I want to use quality modules in other areas and build some quality items. Obviously, I'm going to build mech armor. We already talked about that. But I also set up this power area over here because I need to expand my power system, right? That's what we've been talking about. First, I was doing uncommon power. This actually doubles the power that these guys can store. It goes from 5 to 10 megajoules. That's pretty amazing. But I started getting a lot more rares, right? And I even have some epics, which do 20 megajoules. And I was doing it from this guy. I was doing uncommon for a while, and then I said, you know what? I have a bunch of rare materials. I might as well, yeah, see, we're even getting more batteries right now. So why don't I just make rare ones? They're way better. They do 5 more megajoules, right? I'm also doing rare ones of these guys. The uncommon ones kind of suck. So these normally do 20. This does 26. That's good. That's only a 25% increase about. That's really like 27%. But if you look at these guys, 32, that's a lot more. That's 6% even more. So now we're talking about, 50-something percent better. So what we're going to do now is, let's see, did I talk about everything? So I set up the quality build modules. I added quality mods to power infrastructure. I just showed you that. I added it to miners. I also added it to our science over here, to the Fulgora kind of components, because I need these for power armor. If you look at power armor real fast, you can see we need 100 epic processing units. That's going to be actually the roughest thing for us because we're using all of those to make quality modules, right? So we don't have any of those. We need 200 epic holmium plates. We're actually almost there with that. Epic superconductors, we already have those. Actually, I have like 400 of those. And then 50 supercapacitors. Again, I have a bunch of those. Then we got to make power armor Mark IIs. This is the part I don't have. Well, I mean, the low density I probably have. But the electric engines, I don't have that. And I don't have the speed or efficiency modules, but I think I can make those pretty easily. What we're going to need for all this stuff is plastic. So if we go to the plastic, if you go to this guy, it needs plastic. I have the copper and steel all day long. Epic plastic bars running really low because I'm making chips with them, right? So I'm going to need epic coal. That's what I'm going to need. I'm going to have to shoot for that. So we'll be doing that today. There's a lot to go over, so sorry. I did a lot of science as well. I did a lot off camera, as you can see. Let's go down to the science. You probably can't see it, so I'll just tell you what I did. Obviously, I did the 3rd level of quality module. I did this lightning collector. The problem with the lightning collector, it does duplicate your collection, but instead of 1 square, it's 4. So that's going to screw up my whole grid, and I said, you know what? I'll just deal with that later when I really, really need power. The other thing I did was I unlocked a Kio. I'm pretty sure that's a Kio, but maybe not. That's kind of the Spanish way to say it. I got the personal battery Mark III, the personal Roboport Mark II, the energy shield Mark II, and then obviously mech armor. Those are the things I unlocked. I also did a whole bunch of working on like scrap recycling productivity, processing unit productivity, because again, I'm making a lot of processing units with extra quality, so I really would like the extra productivity there. What else did I work on? Robot speed, it's now up to 10. That helped a lot. I really want to work on this more, but you can see it's 32,000 science, so we're going to have to wait for that one. So that's pretty much everything I did. I know that was a lot. Now we can start getting to what am I doing next? And what I want to do is go to this guy and upgrade him. So let's do upgrade items and entities in the blueprint. All right, well, I think I'm just going to have to tear these out and put the new ones in. I don't really know any other way, so let's just start ripping. This seems dumb, but okay. All right, I replaced this whole thing, and now I'm going to stop because, yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to downgrade now. I don't have enough blue to do this. So before I get too far into this, let's rip this out because I'm just going to use regular. Uncommon, not rare. But that's okay. I wanted to use up all my rare. Now I have some, in fact, let's just do that. I have some, I'm going to have to go back and actually redo this whole thing, which is crazy to me, just really crazy. Let's just move this over. Let's say this one is blue. I'm not sure. How do you do that like this? You can't. What I could do is change this to that. Okay, that's a rare one, right? Then I can copy this and just make this one, make it uncommon. Cool. All right, so this will be the uncommon one. So let's get some uncommon dudes here. All right, there we go. They're laying them down, and man, it's going to be nice to have all this extra power because I've really been suffering for hours and hours and hours of play with this whole, like, the power shuts off. Luckily, it only shut off for like 20 seconds, so it's not that big of a deal, but it was still a pain in the ass, right? Now I can expand the science because we actually have the power. So why don't I do this? Let's just copy this. I want to do 4 more of these, or 3 more of these, so that we can get the science out of here faster. And that means we're going to have to duplicate a lot of stuff here. Basically, our whole system. So that means we're going to need 4 more of these. Right, we're just going to run rampant with these dudes. Nice. There we go. Cool. Okay, that's done. We need 2 more of these. I don't know if this will fit, actually. That's what she said, right? Yeah, it won't fit. Let's do 1, and then we'll do another one of these guys. We'll do this guy over here. We'll just connect him with a pipe. That's kind of unfortunate that we have to, that's fine. When I need more space, I'll just cut this guy out and kind of move everything around. All right, that means we're going to need 1 more of these. Right, we need to duplicate everything. 1 more of these. I think this guy can probably keep up, to be honest. We'll just leave him there. Definitely going to need 4 more of these. Now this is just that. And it's not going to fit. Let's move this over a little bit to there. Nice. Oops. And then what I wanted to do over here is, instead of this long pipeline, I'd really like it to do one of these. There we go. Boom, boom. That connects. This does not. This is going to be wild. Yeah, that connects right there. This one connects right there. Okay. We actually don't need this. I don't know how this is working. No, we need that. Ah! Don't mind me. Okay. Do we need 1 more of these? I think we do. Let's just put another one of these whole things in there. There we go. Except for this, we don't need this. We're gonna go with this kind of setup. There we go. That won't work either. Oh, okay. It's because we don't have this. There, bam. Same thing with this. Okay. That works. Alright, I think we're good. Yep. Everybody's working. We're making lots of science. That should help us get our science much faster. There we go. So that's upgraded too. Let me put these back, because these are really for the future. I'm just saving them up to use them in the other builds and stuff. Okay, there we go. Now let's check that off. Okay, now I want to build the quality production stuff, right? The real problem I'm having here is just plastic. It's hard to get plastic. One of the ways that I tried to, well, I set up a way to get plastic is over here at the chip processing area. I put quality mods in all these guys, and then I'm just letting it go back onto the train. I'm not trying to sort the quality here. What happens is when it gets over there, the bots come get it, right? Because they're like, ooh, quality stuff, and they come get it. Yeah, here you go. And then you can see it going on right now. So this quality, this stuff right here will be eaten when it gets over there. But I only got 2. I'm getting a really small amount per minute, even if you think about it that way. So I need a way better way to do that.
5 hours later.
All right, I've been thinking off camera, and I had to deal with the situation, and now I'm thinking I'm going to do this a totally different way. You can see I'm on an island you've never seen before, and that's because if you come over here, this was getting all backed up. It had a whole bunch of unprocessed uncommon items on it, because I'm full of uncommon. I don't need any more. If you go look at my little stash over here, uncommon is basically full. I mean, there's some things I need, right? But a lot of them I don't need. Like, I don't need more of this. Look, I have tons. Well, actually, yeah, it only requests up to 100, right? So I don't need a lot more of this stuff. It's full. So what was happening, and actually this used to be really full, but I actually requested a bunch of it down here to destroy it. Destroy it all!
Destroy us all! Destroy us all! Destroy us all!
Because it was clogging this place up, and I don't need more uncommon subcomponents. I still do need regular subcomponents for certain things, but really I don't care about uncommon subcomponents anymore. All I really care about is rare or above. So I'm really hoping this guy fills up. What is he doing? He's not doing anything because he's not dumping. Why is this guy not dumping? He has greater than 48k. Oh, it's because we have... Oh my god, it's happening again. I can't process this stuff the way we're doing it right now. It's not going to work. This guy probably has a handful of junk. Yep. So, you know, we need to stack this. That's the only way this works, if it's on stack. See how it's stacked? If it's not stacked, it doesn't work. What we're going to do, let's just do it real quick because I've been waiting to record this. So I got an extra off-ramp right here, okay, from where we're getting our scrap. And I'm using this island because this is where we're going to process any non-normal scrap, right? So when I mine up the scrap, I'm going to have these quality guys in. You can already see they're working. And I filter off the stuff that's not normal quality, right? This is uncommon and above. Then we're going to take the uncommon stuff over here, process it. Now I'm going to process it down to rare. And this is where I can control what level of quality I'm going to keep. Because if it's not that quality, I'm not going to take it off the belt. I'm just going to keep processing it until it's gone. Because I don't need uncommon, right? Right now I need rare and above. Even for certain rare items, I'm probably going to have another filter to say, no, just destroy that. Now, where I was going to do that, you can see I'm going to pick it up here and bring it up here and drop it here. Then I'm going to move that stuff over somewhere into our storage system, somewhere over here, or maybe up here and just dump it in the back door right here. But I'm going to have a way to save up a certain amount of that and then dump the rest off. The only problem I can see is if this guy backs up, because we don't need to process any regular scrap, we won't get any new quality type of scrap because these guys can't move the belt. Or the other way around, right? We have too much quality stuff and we're not processing it fast enough, or we don't need it or something like that. And then the regular scrap stops. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I will have to add to my pile right here, because I think I'm going to put the storage right here. I'm going to have to connect that into my go, no-go system, right? My full stop system, to say, hey, if these are full, stop everything, right? Stop processing. So I'll probably do it at the bottom where it's pulling scrap off. It'll back up in the other side. All processing will stop and we'll be good, right? So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But for now, let's start setting this up. I need train here, right? This is something I didn't do before. Actually, I don't know if I can do this. Actually, my character's here, so let me just do it with what I've got on me. And I'll have to get some more trains after this. But let's get this going because, again, I want to get this moving. The whole system is almost stopped up. That's how long it's taken me to figure all this out. I'm also not going to do the platform yet. I'm going to see what I can get out of subcomponents here. I might get all the chips I need. If that's the case, well, I probably will need more chips because usually you just need more. But for now, I'm going to get this moving and see what I can get from this. So we've got the thing now. Everything's all set up. Let's start setting up to say, hey, why don't you go get me quality, right? This is outbound. And I want you to go there until full. This is just any level of quality. I don't care what level it is. Just give me whatever. Full cargo. Then come back to the inbound where I'm going to process it till it's empty. Okay. And again, I'm not going to use stack insert. The stacker guys are screwing me. So for now, I'm just going to use regular inserters. And then what I've been doing in the past is trying to cycle it through and stack it. I'll show you what that is in a second. Let's just turn this guy on so he can actually go, do his thing. And I do like to watch the trains kind of start up. Oh, I'm not in observation mode, basically. So we're going to come in here and just start filling up with scrap. We're going to start moving it back over. We're not using stack inserters here. We don't need them here. They're a little bit more efficient, but it's not worth it. Let's just let the train fill as it needs to, and it'll go back over here, and it'll dump it. Again, we're not using stack inserters, so nothing will be a problem there. But what I'm doing over here, and I never did explain this, is what happens is these things will pump out onto the belt, right? And they're not always in stacked formation. So what these guys are doing is for common components, right? These are very common components. It brings it in and then unstacks it out. Now, the reason this works is because it's very common stuff, not uncommon. It's the most common types of things. So it's not going to get backed up on like, what's that called? That metal that we have here. It's not going to get backed up on holmium, which comes out 1% of the time, right? If it's holmium, the whole thing will just stop. So these stack inserters won't work. So that's kind of what we're going to end up doing there. We're going to do that over here, I think, is what we're just going to... Well, we might not have to. I really would prefer stacks here, but we might not be able to do stacks because, again, we're going to get a lot of weird stuff. It's going to get stopped up on, you know, for right now at least. Epic scrap is going to stop the whole process up because it's going to have to wait for a whole stack of that stuff, and it's not going to get a whole stack. Okay, so I put my layout in. I did a couple other things too. I don't like doing layouts on camera, generally speaking, unless I know exactly what I'm already going to do. It just wastes a lot of camera time, and I end up having to do tons of editing, and it's not fun to watch. So the other thing I did is I took out all the quality mods here, cleaned out all the extra crap. So we really just do have a regular system right here with just regular scrap, all just normal stuff. And then we're going to have this quality system over here, and then we have some quality stuff still over here. So that's going to be much better. I never did add quality mods to this, so it's just normal anyway. So let's get to it. Let me look at, I'll show you exactly what I did here. So I created, firstly, 2 rows of input, right? And you can see that they are circular belts. So if for some reason the the recyclers don't get to it, it'll just come around again. It'll do it again, okay? But also, if you look at it, another reason it's a circle is only the rare and above will go out of the system. So if it's going to spit out a lot of uncommon stuff, just, you know, not scrap at that point, it'll just be like batteries and crap like that. I want that to go back on the system, go right through till it's destroyed. This is going to destroy anything that's not rare or above, okay? We're going to deal with what do I want to keep that's rare in the next system because I don't want to keep everything. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. Maybe I'll keep some boxes. When the boxes are full or something, it will just start destroying those things. That's probably we could do that. But let's also look at what I did here is I'm stacking up the incoming scrap, okay? So I made a stacking system right here. So I'm going to feed this guy into here and this guy into here. I'll do it in a second. I just want to tell you what I'm doing so far is then I'm filtering each type of scrap out right here, starting with epic, then rare, you know, then uncommon. I'll put it in a box. Now, if I separate it like this, I will get full stacks eventually of these things, and it won't stop the system up. That's really the point, right? If you want stackers, you have to use something where you don't have multiple items on that belt. You have one item on the belt. So this is going to make one item on the belt, basically. Is the way we're going to do that. It'll create stacks here. The stacks will go on the thing. And then this guy right here will even out the belt so that it stacks on both sides, and we can get maximum amounts of scrap on here. So let's put this in. First, let's do this one because I want to make sure that we don't have any cross-contamination between the belts like I actually had on some other stuff. Okay, there we go. Now we'll see the system working. And we're going to get quickly a pile-up of rare items. That's going to happen pretty quickly. Let's see how the stackers work. Nice, the stackers are working pretty nicely. Again, we'll probably have to upgrade this to blue belt. I can get some blue belt. I don't think I have any on me. Nah, not really. Let me go get some blue belt, and I'll upgrade that so we can get more throughput there. All right, I got the blue belt, and as I was already saying, it's already backed up. So let's just make sure that this is upgraded. So we need all this to be upgraded, right? Really, we just need these 2 belts right here. Because once it passes that, I don't really care. Let's just upgrade the whole thing. There, that should do it. All right, so now let me get back in this mode. I'd rather use my player character, but it doesn't seem to work out that well. It's really just easier to do it like this. It sucks. Again, I like running my guy around, but I wish that the logistic system would just pull items off of you as well, you know? Like maybe there's an option or something. So that's going to continue to work a little bit. Now let's work on what do we want to do with this system? Yeah, this is all blue. And, yeah, is it because we're not unclogging it? Because this is fine. Why is this all stacked up? Because it can't output? This is a real problem. This is interesting, because this is not stopped up because of the rares. Oh, maybe I need to read the belt. You know what? Let's do that here. Let's read the belt. We're going to say, check the belt, but you're going to check all belts. Well, it's only going to be this back layer of belts, apparently. You can't do it across, huh? That sucks. That really sucks. You can't check over here, too? And it's not going to go underneath. It only does this side. Okay, well, what does it say? Just items. Is there like... I can't remember. I think it's one of these. Well, let's go look over here, because I actually did this over here to say, hey, count the items on the belt. So each, and you have to do a decider combinator for that. Okay, I mean, I guess we could put a number output. That's really seems excessive in my opinion, but so we're gonna undo this because I don't care about that. So, but what I really want is we'll put a decider combinator. We'll put this guy right here, and we're just gonna input red, right, and then output green. We usually input green and output red. So we're gonna do that again. We're gonna say read all belts. Same thing on this side, but read all belts. Okay, great. And now we can say each. Ah, there it is. I don't know why they don't do that on the regular belts. Is number, right? That's a great output, actually. So input count, green. It's not reading it when it's greater than 0. There we go. So 1.2 thousand items. So what we'll do is we'll disable this, right? When n is above 100, like I don't need extra scrap if you're still working on something. If when n is less than 100, you can process. So let's well, it's not going to work, but it'll actually work on the other side if we set this up. So let's set that up on this side. That should work. We'll do the same thing over here. And we'll just tell it, hey, you need to read, oops, you need to read everything. And you need to read everything. That should be a good enough proxy to say, and then we can just say boom, boom. Yeah, this is 2,500, so yeah, don't do anything. And then that'll stop this guy up. Enable disable when n is below 100. Now we might have to change that because 100's not that much. But when I unstopper this, everything should start working, but we won't get any of this stuff in. This should be stopped now. Yeah, and it's going in that direction, right? So we got to get this out of here now. So again, we've done all this and got the trash all set up over here. I'm not keeping anything, literally speed destroy it. I got plenty of space if I need to do more destruction. Or really what I probably end up doing is expanding this quality build here. But I don't see that happening soon. Again, I went off camera because I had to figure out how am I going to do this? How am I going to capture the pieces that I want? And I only have one side of the train, right? And I only had basically 24 boxes right here, right? Yeah, 24 boxes. But I've got 17 items I want to keep. Now, I was like, wait, it should only be 12. It's scrap. It only goes to 12 items. But if you notice, we're recycling stuff that comes out that is uncommon. But sometimes the uncommon can turn into a rare or an epic. Then we want to keep it. And that is plastic, as we can see here. It's green chips, plastic, and stone, right? There's a couple other things. We basically get all the different things that we can get out of this process. And so we have 17 items. Now, I just wildly thought, oh, I can use the other side because all we're doing. So I actually also reconstituted, how am I going to do this return mechanism, right? I do have a train here, and I want to take the train back over to this guy, really for the main island. I was going to let it put itself into the rockets right here. Then I'm like, well, that's going to get all backed up over here. So what I'm going to do is have each of these guys pull off just a specific item, right? They're going to have to be duplicated, right? So let's do that real quick because now I have duplication here. So let's do that. The problem really is going to be, I don't know. I'm going to have bots loading it to here. And how do I destroy it? Then I got to move over here and destroy it. But what I can do on this side is I already have a garbage setup. It's right there. So what I do here is I say, okay, go in the back, pick it all up if you can, right? Get what you can on the epic side, then get what you can on the rare side, then just let it all flow in the trash, right? Because there's nothing left that I care about. Either. So this auto excludes if it's all backed up. So I've also moved over all the stuff that I had in the storage area right here, right? This is empty now. I just removed it. That was kind of temporary anyway. I moved all that stuff over to here. And so some of these are full. Like this guy, full. So any rare fuel that comes through here will just go right through because we don't need it, right? So because we don't need it, it's just going to go through, go right to trash. So that's a really simple system, and that's why I go off camera because it would take forever. It took forever to figure that out. So I'm not going to waste camera time on that. Let's get this thing going, and we'll watch this thing work. And again, a lot of the rare stuff is going to go straight to the trash because we're already full. We're not using it for anything. So there's no reason to keep it, right? We don't want a bunch of extra. So what we're going to do now that we have the trash on this side is we're going to also have the space on this side, right? So space is going to be bringing we're going to be requesting stuff. Our main, to back up a tiny bit here, the main crafting stuff is going to be on Novice. But one, we have a lot of space there. We have everything we could ever want there. We're bringing everything from all the planets there. So we have every item that we've produced so far is there, right? So we're going to send all the quality stuff there too. We're just going to be requesting quality stuff for whatever we want to build there that's quality, which I don't think will be that many things, probably mostly space parts, things like that when we build spaceships for the farthest out areas. You know, spidertrons will probably become rare and stuff like that because I want bigger, beastlier guys, maybe some rare artillery, stuff like that. So maybe epic, I don't know. So you can see a lot of the stuff going straight to the scrappers, just going straight to the trash. These guys handle a lot of trash, so this is not a big problem so far. If it gets more, again, I can expand this a lot. Like this is no problem. We have no issues here. And you can see we're picking up epic stuff as we need it. Really good stuff. Now we have to pretty much set up the train, I think, because we need to get the stuff back and forth. Now, the other thing we're going to do over here for the train is actually we're going to request stuff for the rockets because we're going to have to bring that stuff back, and we're doing space stuff over there, right? So what we're going to do is actually these last two, the last two, right? Because they're going to be basically nothing over here. The last two, actually, we're going to do this because these are actually stuff we're returning to this space. The last two are going to be used for a few different things here. Let's do the same thing over here. There we go. We also are going to change these into requester chests. I know we only have 3 items. We'll just do 4. It's fine. Because I think fuel, we might want to do a few extra things. Is it? Yeah, fuel, we might want some extra because it's stacks of 20. So maybe we do something for fuel. What we'll also have to do is set up the train to only take certain items, right? Because let's actually set that up first, because then we'll know. Nah, I think we're fine. I think what we do is we say we want chips, right? Well, we only need 400 chips. I don't think we need that many. That's 4 stacks. Really, just 200 is probably going to be enough. We'll just say 400 blue chips here. On this side, we're going to want, I don't know, 200 of these, like these, what are these called? Low density structures. Then we're going to want 100 fuel, right? Because again, these are only stacks of 20. And then I'm just going to copy it for this. Now, fuel, it should be, oh yeah, it's putting it into these boxes, so that's good. There's not a lot. Let's up the fuel a little bit just to be sure we have enough, because we're probably going to be requesting a lot for different stuff. And then I'm going to go over there and get some rockets real fast. I'm going to place those down. Again, I should be able to pick up 3, no problem. And we can set those up. And then I'll just copy the setup we have. Okay, what I was thinking is I kind of want them right here. This is like just kind of a fun little location for these guys, right in the middle of, right next to the boxes. So let's plop these down. We should have the copy here, paste, right? Let's do it like this, I think. Might get stuck. Yeah, this isn't looking great because we're gonna overwrite that. Okay, now we have a really kind of a nicer space to kind of plop this down. What I think I might do, and I really need to drop these, I guess, is I might. Do I need more of those boxes? No, I got 24. That's plenty. What I might do is put some concrete down over here. This would be the only spot that has concrete. Only the main island so far has concrete, so I'm not sure what I want to do really. So prod mods are in, good. Prod mods, great. So now these guys should be requesting, yeah, what we don't have yet. Okay, so these are all set up. Everything is set up. We just have to do the trains now, but we don't want to set up the train right here because it's literally going to start picking stuff up right away. So let's set up the train up here, which is kind of a little bit sucky, but that's okay. It's not going to block anything. It's just kind of sucks that we have to work way out here, but I can't really see a better way to do this without we'll get ourselves in trouble if we don't. Okay, so there's that. All right, real quick, I forgot there's only 4 items on this thing. I thought there were 6. So, and I don't know why I thought there were 6. So what we can do actually is, why don't we increase this stuff? Let's go with 200 of these guys. Let's go with, actually, I don't want them to be rare. Let's just make them normal, right? We just want normal. Because I checked and the rockets don't care if something has quality or not. So that's 200. This is 200, right? And that means I think we can get way more of these guys. So that's 80, 100. This will be 200. That's perfect. Everything has 200. That's actually really nice. Okay, so let me do the other ones. I just wanted to point that out real fast. I'll be right back. All right, now that the train is set up, and all I did was fill in the extra spots with wood, what I'm going to do is just copy this, because I already have it, because we got to set this up over here too. Each one of these boxes is going to have a specific thing, right? So I'm going to turn this and then horizontal it, and that should line me directly up with what's coming on the other side. And then I think I'll just leave it like that. I don't need the extra inserters. It's really not necessary. We'll do the same thing over here. I really just need, what are these guys, right? And then I just need to flip them like that and horizontal them. And we got the outbound. Really nice, because this was a pain in the butt to set up. And so now we're ready. And again, this will supply all of our needs on the main island for any kind of production we want to do, which is stuff like, the battery and stuff like that. Which we should be getting a bunch of by now, and I can't really look. 109, that's okay, but we're going to make those really quickly when this gets back. I'm not going to make epic versions. If they come out, they come out, because it's not they aren't super useful. Again, mostly we're going to want those on future spaceships, right? Future ships. So it's going to be really good for this quality stuff, though. I'm going to have quality mods coming out my butt, so that's great. All right, let's turn this thing on. Let's tell it, hey, I need you to first go to... Oh, crap. Do we have anything for this? Wait. Did I set this up? I might not have. No. Oh, yeah. Blue outbound. Okay. I mean, it's more than just blue, but... Okay, so what we want is blue outbound first. We're going to wait 30 seconds. I think we kind of learned our lesson at this point. And then we want inbound for, again, another 30 seconds. That should be plenty. Let's turn this thing on and see what happens. Make sure no whammies, please. It should come right in. This should be really a no-brainer here. Yeah, see? Great. And if you look at it... Oh, is it taking it back out? It really shouldn't be. Where's that going? Oh, I didn't filter these. Oh, great. Okay, well, let's stop this guy. Stop. All right, that should do it, because nothing else really... nothing's bringing anything back. It was only those items that were going to be coming back. So let's look at the train. Looks nice. No, oh, that's right. That's the stuff that's coming back. This looks pretty good. Oh, it's weird that we're low on bricks. It's kind of interesting. So most of these should be almost full, if not full, and we should be good to go with sending those over. Okay, so that's fixed. Let me pick my stuff up again, and then we'll turn this back on and watch it. Yeah, we should get a zoom in here. Nice. So let's turn that sucker back on. Let's just tell it go to the next station because it's full. Why aren't you... There we go. Okay, now we can follow it. Oh, crap. Come on, crap. Oh, well, it's not that far. All right, so this should dump off really nicely. And again, we're going to get loaded with stuff for the rocket. That's it, huh? That's max? Wait, why is that max? Did I not request more? Yeah, let's request 400. That might fill the whole box, but at least we'll get enough to fill a whole train, right? So we might want to do the same here. Let's do 400 on this too. And the other one we'll duplicate it as well. 400 is good for this. Okay, so there we go. Now it should have been 30 seconds by now. Okay, there we go. I'm not going to do anything. Maybe zoom out. There we go. So yeah, we're only bringing space stuff back, right? Now we should start getting our rockets all built up, and then we'll have a connection to get these quality items off planet. Now for a little while, and actually we should go basically set these to say, hey, I only want you to have this much, right? Let's just do that across the board here. Well, not these, right? Not those. We'll just do that right here. Again, same thing on this side. Only put that much in. We don't need you to fill the whole box. So we're already getting way more than we probably need. So that should go back and forth now. It should fill the train and just not do anything. That's fine. It shouldn't empty out. So I think we now are going to start saving up for stuff that's off planet. And these guys are building. Everything's great. Now let's see what happens. They shouldn't really dump off. Maybe, yeah, this guy, I guess, apparently, because he's needed. Yeah, he's going to go over here and... Oh, that sucks. That's not what I want. Let's dump this now. Okay, I've cleaned out my inventory. I've dumped everything off. And now I think the main island is really not doing any quality stuff. It's making us quality items, but it's not producing its own quality items, right? It's just consuming them. And that's perfect because we had to split that system up. It was really bad that it was not split up before. So we shouldn't see really any action here other than rocket parts probably, a couple of things here and there. Nice, actually, because we're picking stuff up off of, you know, our quality island, and we're actually using them over here mostly to create these kind of things. So we might want to think about limiting these too. I mean, I don't know why I ever want to limit epic quality items, but maybe, no, I don't know, not that. Maybe this we can limit to a few hundred. I don't even know if those are really that useful because I'm kind of done with quality. I'm only going to make, I'm likely to only make quality items here. As far as when I create them. No, I think when I create them, I'll probably want to put quality mods in there too. All right, so now it's time for, and again, we won't be doing this, so I probably should kill this. Well, we're going to need those plate, that's for sure. Maybe I will make the rare armor here since, I mean, I have everything pretty much that I need. The one thing I am going to need, though, is electric engines and stuff like that. So let's set up this this pipeline here. So if you look at the mech armor, right, we need all those items plus the power armor Mark II rare. The real problem is, which we already have all those things, I think. We just don't have the 100, and we can request them, I think, right? Let's put a requester chest here and just request 100 of those processing units. That might help, actually. Let's request 100 rare processor units. Okay, there we go. So let's look at that again. That was the only thing we didn't have, and I think now that we've got that quality island running, I think we're good. Everything else we should have, right? Like 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50? Yeah, 50, 50, 200 whole main plate, 100 processing units. We have that, no big deal. Okay. We cannot do epic yet because we don't have that many of those items. Okay, now what we need is power armor Mark II, which actually has a lot of other subcomponents. So 30 low density rare, I think we can make those or request those. So low density 30 rare. Actually, I already have those right. They're right there. Now we need 40 electric engines. That's what I was making before. What I don't have is a regular engine setup. We do need to make that. Then I can set up the speed and efficiency module setup, no problem. So this is the one for electric engine, but we need a rare one, right? So let's cut. I'm gonna make this kind of a fun area. So I'm gonna be moving stuff around, and this is gonna get a little pretty funky pretty quickly. We're gonna want rare pipe, which I think is kind of funky. Like rare pipe, just, you know, I don't even consider it. And we're not gonna keep it. Well, we might. Man, we don't really need to make that available. Let's go like that. We don't need that many. Maybe 20 would be good. Yeah, 20 rare plate would be good. Let's trash unrequested, please. Also, requesting from buffer is fine too. Let's do the same thing here. Again, there we go. Trash unrequested. All right, let's do that, and let's see, 7 and 3. Well, we don't need that. Let's do 20 of these. Again, we don't need 7. Is not really what we want to do. Then we're going to need to do another set of these right here. Except we need barrels. No, we just need 10. Please, not 187. Okay. That's it. That's all we need to do. And then that's going to get us 40 of these guys. Okay, so what's next? So then we need speed modules and efficiency modules. And I think we mostly can set these up pretty easily. Just by doing something like this. Let's change that. No, let's make sure it's not requesting anything. We want speed module 1. And I think speed and efficiency probably have the same setup here. No, we don't want that. Get rid of that. Right, we don't want that. We want the rare version of that. There we go. Okay, now when we request it, it'll be rare. 20 each, I think is a good idea because, again, it's like, why are you moving 12 of something? That's kind of stupid. All right, so let's duplicate this. And we'll put it here just for funsies. And then we'll say, look, you're going to build this, actually. There. And it should be the same, right? Yeah. All right. And then you're going to request 100 each. Oh, that's a lot more. Damn. That is way more. That might take a while, actually, to produce. So we might have to come back for that. 100. They must be rare, right? Nice. And then 100 of these. They must be rare. And that'll get us everything we need for the power armor. I'm just going to make that in my inventory. when we get it. But again, this might take a while. That should give us the last module we need. Yep. And we'll be ready to build this thing. Another thing I didn't do, I guess, is drop all this stuff off. I have plastic over here, which would be really beneficial. In fact, I can just dump that now. And I should receive more red chips, you know, I don't need them right now, so it doesn't really matter, but when I need them, I will have them. Okay, so first, what I wanted to do, let's make a regular mech armor, okay? All right, we're about to make it. Boom, there it is. Oh, I put it on immediately. I didn't really want to do that. I'm not going to unclick this because I don't want to show it yet. Let's just look at the equipment grid size. It is 10 by 12, so barely larger than when I had the power armor. Not super great. I mean, probably just resistances are higher, right? 70, 60, 50, 70, 10, 40, 70, 60, 70, or 10, 70 for fire. I don't know what 10 is. Is 10 like complete resistance or something like that? Inventory size bonus 50, stacks size 1, rocket, okay. This is inventory bonus size 30, so you get a lot more inventory. Now that's the regular version, right? Let's make the rare versions. Oh, it's flying! Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know it could do this. Oh, that's dope. Okay, we have one of those. Now let's copy paste again. And this will be power armor. I mean mech armor or whatever. Boom, rare mech armor. Request, I guess, if you will. And then I'm gonna go dump this stuff in there. Let's see. Boom, boom. All this stuff right there. I don't think we need that, but I'll put it in there anyway. All right, this should make us one rare mech armor. Where are my superconductors? Okay, there they are. They just didn't put them in there yet. Remember, we just want one. Then we're gonna. Well, we can't get two. There we go. It's created. You know, we're gonna speed it up. I wonder if this will even work. Oh shoot! You know what we're supposed to do? Oh crap! Get over there. Do you have legs? Oh crap! It's gonna be too late. You know what I wanted to do? Where's my legs? Legs. Oh, I dropped them. I wanted to put quality mods in there. Oh crap, man. Okay, go, 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 go. It's gonna be built. It's gonna be too late. I was gonna think maybe we can get a rare out of it. Oh, it's still not done. This might work. Boom. Is it gonna work? 18% quality. Also, if I pick that up, it won't work. I was also wondering if I could do it in here for extra quality mods. Nope. Okay, good. Okay. I hope this has a chance to get us an upgrade to an epic. Woo! And I think it might actually calculate it right at the start, not at the end. No, it did it. Well, we don't really know, but I'm wondering if, yeah, we're kind of screwed that way. Now, okay, so let's look at this guy, all right? Let's look at this. Let's also pick up all this other stuff. We're going to need it probably. But let's just look at the differences here. 12 by 14, so not a huge difference. Way more inventory size, like 30 more inventory. Resistance is fairly similar. Actually, let's just do them side by side. Yeah, resistances are the same, so who cares about that? A little bit more inventory size bonus. That's nice. Oh, you can see where it's different because it has the indicators, right? I think that's saying, hey, this will change, but with quality. So if we do this, okay, I mean that's good. It's really good. It's better than the power armor. There we go. Equip rare armor, rare or better quality armor of power armor Mark II or mech armor. Nice. Okay, so we got an achieve for that. I like to get those on screen. And again, that's pretty cool. Let's see the difference again. 10, 12. It doesn't really seem different. Oh, is it because I'm not opening and closing it? So you probably have to do this. Oh, there we go. Way bigger. It's actually way bigger. If you think about it, it's like a lot of squares difference. It's like 100 squares difference, something like that. Anyway, I'm going to fill this all up. Let's actually do that real quick. So what I need to do, first off, right away, right? Let's dump all this stuff and then maybe turn this off. Is I want to... Let's see, I want to kind of get this guy ready, but really I need way more stuff than this. Let's get the power going. And then we're going to want better batteries, but we'll just use this for now. Wow, look how much extra space that is. And really, where you're going to see extra space is right here. Look at that, man. Again, these are going to be crap, but we'll put them in anyway for now. Yeah, look at all the extra space, man. There's tons of good stuff in there. I wonder if we're going to need another fission reactor, or if we're going to want to make something that does, like, yeah, see, it's affected by quality, so we might want to make like a rare or epic fission reactor here, and that could help a lot. And I wonder if these legs, yeah, even the legs, you can get upgrades for. So you know what? This is already so many cuts. What I'm going to do is make some rare legs, bunch of rare equipment. Let's see what we can get out of this thing and see how fast we can get going. Movement bonus right now is 240, right? All right, I got 13 legs, and I've been not lucky or unlucky. I have 2 epics, and that's at an 18.8% chance. So again, right on. You know, I thought I was going to get more epic legs because my first 4 legs, 2 were rare and 2 were epic. So I thought, oh man, I'm having really good chances here. Maybe I'll get a lot of epic legs because there's a big difference. Look, 48, 57, bro. That's 9% more. That's really cool. Those are going to be super fast. I haven't even slotted them in yet. Let's get that slotted because we're going to get another one like right out of the gate. I'm not going to make any of the other equipment right now. I'll just make it off camera because there's really no point. Unless these use a lot more power, which I don't think they do. So shouldn't be that big of a deal for me to just wait for the other people. Oh my god. Oh my god. I try to move over here and I can't even keep up. Now obviously I'm zoomed all the way in, but one more engine and we should get, oh no, I thought it was one more. Oh, 30 engines, okay. All right, here we go. Let's see what we get, and it's just going to dump out here, so we don't really need to watch it. Please be epic, please be epic. Yes! Nice, dude. Cool, okay. Well, we got another epic, so that should make us way faster. Let's look at our total speed now. 699%. It was 240. Now it's 699, and I'm going to guess that it's going to consume, oh, negative 80% solar panel. Oh, that's solar panel. I don't know if we're going to have enough juice for this, but we'll see. Okay, let's see how fast we run now. Oh my god, and it flies over stuff. That's so cool. Oh, he just flies right here. Wow, that's cool. And I don't have the negative effects. Oh my god, I'm so fast now. That is ridiculous. That's so cool. How's my power? It's you know, it's dying, but it's not dying very fast, right? It's totally fine. Wow, that's super cool, man. Wow, that is so crazy. Now, it's also going to be really cool. I could probably just run in and kill whole bases. You know, if I actually beef this guy up with lasers and different stuff. Because I don't need 700 million legs at that point. I can probably just put like a row of legs on the bottom, and then a whole bunch of lasers and some, you know, shielding and stuff like that, and I'll probably be fine. So that's going to do it for this episode. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Making all this cool quality stuff right here, and the mech armor, which is insane. Another crazy upgrade there. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, I turned this on to get all that quality stuff, and now I'm just going to turn it off. What I did here is just put equals or 4, and obviously it can never equal 4, so it kept running. So there we go, turned it off because we don't need any more. And I will see you on the next one. Stay frosty.